Hello everyone, this is Randy here again, another episode of Farming Simulator 15, and we are here on the Poland map, on the RDAllen Farming multiplayer server. Just myself on again at the moment, and we are working on harvesting field 1 here. And I'm doing the harvesting myself at the moment. This field is actually quite ripe. I believe withering's off, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, as you can see, at last... Oh, field 3 is also ripe. Okay. Yeah, field 1 last stage of growth there. And field 3 must have just entered it as well. It wasn't ripe when I first started here. Yeah, so far the server's going quite nicely. I believe my brother purchased a couple additional pieces of equipment. We now have a New Holland T8 320. That's the New Holland with the wheels. Now let's just do a headland here. That might make it a little easier. Another map where, the trees are fairly close to the edge of the field gives the hired workers a hard time. The last time I was on the server, I was planting field 18 there, and that's just a hired worker disaster. Ended up planting the most of it myself before I had to leave. But yeah, I did try to get a hired worker to work on that field. It would not work because of the angles on that field. Hired worker would always stop, so yes, GPS mod works quite well on it. Ended up doing, I think it was a 45-degree angle I was doing on that field. I think that's what it looks like most other people have been doing when they planted that field as well, so that worked quite well. And we are almost full. Oh, and we are full. My connection must be lagging just a little bit here today. And I'll put the pipe out. And we're doing what most farmers with a single person operation here would do. They drive the combine to the tipper. Now commonly farming sim, usually we tab to the tractor and drive, the tractor to the combine. But in one person operation like this, it's always the other way around usually. You always drive the combine to the tipper, not the tipper to the combine. And I should say tipper. My part of the area, it's always called wagons or trucks, depending on you got a grain cart or something like that. But and yes, I think I've said it before, but I do really enjoy this map. Oh, and we got somebody joining. And my brother joins the server. Now I can at least call it a multiplayer series here. Okay, we'll just start a headland on this side of the field. I probably won't worry about the one that's up there. I'll worry about that when we get that far. being kind of quiet here as I try to watch what I'm doing along the edge of this field here. Not using the GPS mod for this part, so... Yeah, that was always one of the kind of cool features, the Colossus combines, at least a lot of them anyway. They always had the little cameras you could put up and actually see, you know, the edge of that header there. You know, personally, I don't think I've ever seen that in real life. I think GPS has become a lot more prevalent than that technology, but definitely an interesting technology. You know, put a camera on the side of your header there. That way you can actually see right where it is. I'd probably have to say, you know, corn in real life is probably a little bit easier because that you can just follow right down the row. You know, assuming you got your rows planted right. But wheat or something like this, where it's planted fairly close together, you don't really have like a row you can follow necessarily. Corn, whereas you should be able to, you know, just watch right down the middle as long as you're following that row. You shouldn't have to worry about it. What the, you know, edges of your combine are doing. Okay, that should be enough of a headland. We'll just start going up and down now. And yes, I do have the GPS mod on for that. And doing it myself because I do think I can harvest it faster than a hired worker can. Got some tractors have high 3-point hitches. Oh, do you mean the high hitches for the tippers there? Probably would help if I put the auger pipe out. Yeah, New Holland is not attached to those tippers. That, I do actually like this. Whoa, okay, I guess I'm not going to be able to get a look at it. I do actually like this tractor a little bit better, actually, for hauling these. The Lamborghini here. Oh, which one is this? The 230? Yeah, I think 230. I actually do like this one a little bit better, because actually it's a very quick tractor. I think it's 34 or 38 miles per hour. I forget what it is exactly. A very quick tractor, so definitely a nice tractor for hauling tippers around. Could start selling wheat. Yes, we probably could. There's actually, I didn't actually look at that. There's probably actually a lot. Ooh, 196. Also quite a bit of corn. A little bit of barley. Yeah, wheat's not too bad of a price. I had some comments on last episode. This one's from the Smoky Mountains, episode 10 there. John was saying, and by the way, with your comments, I don't normally read the last name as long as I can remember to. I just use you guys' first name. At least I try to remember to do that anyway. So there are sometimes multiple Johns, some of the more common names. Anyway, John was saying the 3,000 acres we farm is just for 2 dairies and a feedlot. It says we also farm about 2,500 acres of trees. That's just for us. And let me turn around here and I'll read the rest of the comment. Why are you going so slow, Combine? I am not sure. Oh, okay. I know I pushed that button. Anyway, guess it was out of cruise control there. Anyway, as John was continuing to say, it says we chop a little over 1 million tons of wheat and corn silage a year. And I gotta read the rest of the comment here, which is hidden. Give me a moment. Yes, we chop a little over 1 million tons of wheat and corn silage a year for our customers. And he says, awesome video. Always enjoy. Thank you very much for that, John. And Farmer Mike, I was going to show you guys the mod he sent me, and I couldn't remember which one it was again. It was a modded Stoll front loader bale fork from Farmer Mike there. Thank you for that. Yes, I did go look up after the episode. I was like, okay, I know Farmer Mike sent me a mod. Which one was it again? And I didn't actually go look up and figure out which one it was. I noticed the bar next to the silos contains wheat, etc. Yes, those are the storage spots, and somehow I managed to miss some there. And yeah, if anybody could riddle me this one, the GPS mod, you know, when I turn around there, sometimes it takes off the cruise control and sometimes it leaves it on. So if anybody happens to know why it sometimes, you know, stops and why sometimes it just keeps on going like it should, appreciate knowing why, what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right. Not entirely sure on that one. Adam F. was saying, really enjoy watching your videos. I'm in the process of purchasing this game to start my farming career. That should be a lot of fun there, getting Farming Sim 15. And, you know, my suggestion to anybody out there that's starting to play Farming Sim 15, start with the base game first, master it, then get into the modded section. And, you know, the mods, is, I think, is where it's at with Farming Sim. But I think you first need to play with the base game, you know, what the game comes with first. Get kind of a feel for it, how it all works, and then you can start getting into modded stuff. I think if you start right out with the modded stuff, you might get a little overwhelmed and get a little confused as to what's all going on. That's just my opinion anyway. Speaking of buying the game, the Mac version of Farming Sim 15 is now out. So for anybody out there in the Mac world, Farming Sim 15 for the Mac just came out here, I think a couple days ago actually I saw that. So yeah, it's for all you poor delusional Mac owners. I'm a PC owner myself, so. I'm not exactly sure why it takes them so long to get Farming Sim on the Mac, but definitely takes them quite a bit longer. Been what, almost 6 months now? 4 months. 4 months, I think. Since Farming Sim is out, and they finally got the Mac edition. I think that should be, for what Farming Sim does, I would think that'd be a fairly quick move over, but I guess not. Now, personally, I don't own a Mac device. I do have several Apple products, but I don't actually own a computer Mac. From what I've heard, it's not really the gaming choice. If you're going to play games, you really got to have a PC, I guess. That's just what I've heard. Overall, Mac makes a really, or I should say Apple, makes a really good computer. Just it's not really designed for gaming. Reason being, Microsoft has what they call the DirectX technologies. That's a bunch of gaming stuff, basically, that Apple has nothing for, I guess you could say. Anyway, Custom Farm Toys was saying, heard you're from Michigan. I'm from Wisconsin. Really good agriculture here. Just started watching your videos. Love them. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much for that. Farmer Mike sent me another mod. Says he kind of forgot about it. It's the farm field selling mod. Field Commander, I think was the exact name of it or something like that. Halfway up the silo and I get stuck. You're climbing a silo somewhere. Oh boy. I'm not sure why. It seems like this GPS is not overlapping quite right. What do we got? 10.1 for the width of this. I think that's actually small. I think this header's 10.5. Yeah, it's 10.5 according to the store. Comment from Eric. He was saying, if you ask me, they should make a seed trailer. Yes, they definitely need to make a seed trailer and fertilizer trailer. That would be very beneficial. Like I said, I don't think I've seen one for Farming Sim 15 yet. I shall actually probably have to go looking for that. Probably is one, I just haven't seen it myself. I know there's been a lot of mods released for Farming Sim 15 already. Fortunately, unfortunately, however you want to go about it, most of them are ported over from 2013. More or less quality is not so good on some of them, unfortunately, but a lot of them are pretty much direct port overs from 2013. So I would have to bet there's probably one released somewhere. Just have to take the time to find it. Wait a second. I've been planting, cultivating, harvesting, but where's my paycheck? We didn't ever sign any agreement as to getting paid, so you're lost there. Get to drive a tractor, that's payment enough. Going on strike, I want a raise. Fine, go on strike. I'll do it myself. Make sure I put the GPS mod back on. Yeah, there it goes. It stops me again when I put the GPS mod back on. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I never quite... How did I ever get myself into this kind of work? I have no idea. Yeah, that reminds me of work. Had a bunch of people on strike at I think it was a train yard? No, it was the docks. We had a shipment of parts coming in from the docks. The dock workers were on strike and unfortunately would not unload the ship our parts were on. And we ended up missing a bunch of shipments on a bunch of products because yeah, a bunch of dock workers were on strike. That kind of sucked. This was a couple months ago we had an issue with that. If I recall correctly, I think the ship actually sailed all the way around. Did it dock at the west coast and it sailed all the way around to the east coast? Or sailed around the east coast to the west coast? It went to another dock somewhere. And it got unloaded there. And yeah, they put it on a train. And the train workers were on strike. So yeah, that was interesting. Went from a dock that was on strike, so they unloaded our parts at another dock, which got put on a train. And yeah, that train, I don't know, at some yard somewhere, a bunch of workers were on strike. So yeah, that was an interesting experience there. Eric also commented, you live in Michigan, right? So I guess agriculture isn't as big as it is here in Indiana. Correct, I do live in Michigan, West Michigan to be precise. So yeah, agriculture where I live, there is actually quite a bit of agriculture. I mean, right specifically where I live, it's, you know, like farms all around. Pretty much all it is farms. Yeah, overall, Michigan is definitely not as big at agriculture as like Indiana, especially some of the more western states there. I think it was Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Iowa, kind of the breadbasket states there. Yeah, looks like that's all the episode, or all the comments on the episode at the moment. Oh, here's a comment I don't believe I've read yet. Another one from John. Great video. They make an adapter kit for the corn chopper to where you can run it on the back and it offsets it, or you can drive forward instead of driving in reverse. Talking about the little corn chopper that's in the game. And I would imagine the adapter he's referring to there would probably allow it to be offset to the side of the tractor. So it's to the side of the wheels there, so you would drive along next to your crop. And it would, you know, chop it. That's probably the more common type you'd see in my area, I believe. And yes, the corn chopper we were talking about here. Pottinger Max 5 there. Yeah, it's supposed to be another cold week coming for us up again this coming week. Or actually, by the time you guys see this, this video will go live Monday. Yes, Monday. So yes, the week this video goes live will be another cold one. Talking teens, 0. I think there was a couple negative temperatures in there as well. And it's supposed to be a real gale force wind, I guess. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday there. Talking 40-mile-an-hour plus winds. That's going to be interesting if we actually get that or not. I know we got a fair amount of light fluffy snow on the ground at the moment, so if that starts blowing around 40-mile-an-hour winds, that's going to make for a nasty time. I know we've already got quite a few good-sized drifts in our yard, and by good-sized I'm talking probably 4, maybe 5 foot tall in some places. Yeah, some pretty deep drifts, that's for sure. At least most of them are actually in the yard, so we don't have to worry about removing them, but yeah, trying to snow blow or plow a 4 or 5 foot drift, that definitely requires some work. Now, snow blowing wouldn't be so bad. It'd probably be pushing up over the top of the blower. I think the blower's it's probably 3 foot tall or so, maybe. Maybe not quite that high, maybe a good 2.5 at least, I would say. So it'd definitely be going over the top of the blower. You'd have to probably make 2 passes, clean it up good. Let's see if we can get an unload happening here. Now, maybe he's on strike. Maybe that's why. Well, hey, if you're on strike, then you got to get out of that tractor so I can take it. No sitting in the tractor. That's not fair. Tractor's heat level is 22C. Interesting. I'm not sure this combine says anywhere what it is or not. Now we got the engine RPM there. Speed. Yeah, I don't see nothing on this one. Yeah, it's too bad they don't actually do something with that little monitor down there. That'd be really cool. I think some of you guys have commented on that already. think it'd be really cool if they did something like what Euro Truck Simulator. I know I've mentioned this before too. Euro Truck Simulator 2, they've got like a little thing you can put on your iPad and shows the dash on your iPad or tablet. It'd be cool if Farming Sim did the same thing, you know, took that little screen there, and we're looking, you know, the one right in the middle there, and had like a little iPad, tablet, Android app. And with all the data on it, that'd be pretty sweet, I would think. Now, see, you know, the problem is if they put it on this screen here, it'd take up screen space. I don't know if that would look so well. But yeah, if they could actually put it on your like tablet or something, that'd work perfect. That way you have a second screen. Doesn't take you up, you know, screen real estate on your actual screen itself. You block your view of something. I mean, if you were to put it on this screen, you know, you already got your map down in the left corner there. You got your, you know, speed and fill levels and all that good stuff down on the right side. Clock up on the top right side there. Not really a whole lot of screen real estate available here. Anyway, with that, folks, I think we'll call it an episode there. If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.